Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to this super humid day in this garage. We're going to make some progress tonight. Some good, solid progress. Saw in the last video, I got the engine built. Got the rods, pistons, bearings, everything's good to go. Engine side. So what we're going to need to do is I want to get this engine on this engine stand. And then we're going to start slapping together some heads. We're still waiting on cams. Those should be shipping in the next couple days, be here in a few. In the last video you also did see we got our intake manifold painted or Cerakoted, and I've been waiting on this for a while and it finally came in. This was one of the pieces holding us up from really making the progress we're going to make tonight. It's a full Cometic gasket kit for the EJ25, and that is including everything. The only thing it didn't include, which I had to buy separately, was the block half O-rings. So if you are looking for a full kit, like gasket kit with head gaskets, cam seals, everything, I will link it down in the description box below. Some super high quality stuff. So let's get this engine on this stand and we'll start unboxing it and we'll see all it comes with. Alright, now that we got some space, let's open this bad guy up, see what we got. Here we have it. This is everything that is needed to be able to put this engine back together. You got your manifolds, your TGVs, your intake, head gaskets, all your cam seals, spark plug seals, rear main, valve cover, up pipe, everything. So let's bust into this. The one that we're going to need today is going to be almost all of them, but the main ones that we're going to focus on is going to be the head gaskets, because we want to get the heads hung on this engine so we can get these pistons closed up, get everything put together, and then we can work on getting everything cleaned up properly and hopefully get this guy running here soon. First things first, we got a set of ARP head studs for this engine. So that is going to be our first step before we start putting on some gaskets and getting this guy ready to go. Alright, these studs go hand tight per the instructions of ARP. They go hand tight and it says do not apply any torque. So that's what we did. We put them down with the drill and then I just put them hand tight. Maybe, I don't know, if I had to guess, 1/4 of a foot-pound just to make sure it was seated fully. And now we are cleaning off the cylinder head, because we are about to put on our head gasket. And once that's on, we're good to install a head on this engine. Just a friendly reminder, always wipe down your parts before putting on fresh stuff, because you'll end up with stuff like that, and you don't want that to happen. Here we have one cylinder head on the block. ARP says to torque them down to 30 foot-pounds. First, we're going to go in a sequence here, 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 here. Just to make it as even clamping force as possible. We're going to step it up from 30 to 60 to 90. Final torque on the heads was 90 foot-pounds. We did it in increments from 30, 60 to 90. You go from here, 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 there, there. So now we got that side done. We need to drop in some cams so the buckets don't fall out, and then we can knock out the other side. Alright, so I got the cams, the factory cams in here, just kind of sitting snug down, just so the buckets don't fall out of the head when I go to flip it over and do the other side. So when the new cams come in, we can clean up the cam caps, put the new cams in, get the valve cover set on, and kind of just get everything ready to go. So now we need to get this guy flipped all the way around. I didn't show it in the last one, but we have to get the head dowel pins in, because when we got the block machined, they took them out. There's one more thing I want to complete tonight before we call it quits, but that is going to be the valve covers. So I already have these guys degrease pressure washed, and we need to powder coat these because I want them a different color than, you know, the raw aluminum. So my process with this is, it does have baffles on the inside, and I don't want to have to drill those out to be able to sandblast it and get all the sand out of it. So what I did is degrease pressure washed, and I hit it with red Scotch-Brite, and I'm still going to hit it a little bit more on this just to give the powder something to adhere to. And then we're going to get it hung up and throw it in for a gas out cycle, both of them, the driver and passenger side valve cover. And once those are complete and out from the gas out cycle, then we can go ahead and spray some powder. But let's get this second one torn apart and sanded down. Now these go in the oven at 400 for 10 minutes. So those go in the oven at 400 for 10 minutes. Compartmental temperature, I believe is what it's called. That just means when the part reaches 400 degrees, that's when the 10-minute timer starts. So keep an eye on that, and let's see how they look. Alright, well there's how they look out of the oven. I didn't do the best of job on this side. It's a little light on that side, but the interiors look good, and it came out super glossy. It looks really good, and this is how it's going to look on the engine. So I'm a big fan of how that turned out. Now we just have to do all the other miscellaneous parts, bracketry, covers, things like that in that gloss black powder. And then this engine should be looking like it's going to be brand new. We have just assembled. We've just got the long block without accessories assembled. As you see, we did use the stock cams for now, and we're going to get all this cleaned up because that's just disgusting. But we'll get all that cleaned up when we get the new cams in. And my past video, when I was building the cylinder heads, I kind of sort of touched on like these numbers and what they mean, but they correspond to the head number. So E585 is your exhaust side, and then I585 is your intake side, and it corresponds with the cam cap as well, so that everything is perfectly, machined how it's supposed to be. Exact same on the other side. But now we have a full long block without accessories, and this thing's almost ready to party. It's looking way better than it did when we pulled it out, so I'm happy about that. I do have all the timing kits and everything for it, and I have everything else on this table that is needed to reassemble and get this engine running, minus the cams. Can't time it without the cams, obviously. And then turbo and fuel system. That is everything that we need to get this thing finished and running, so we can just bolt on all the other miscellaneous gaskets, accessories, crush washers, oil lines, everything. Get that ready to go so that when our baffle, pickup, cams, turbo, fuel system come in, this bad boy can be dropped into the car and we can get this engine running hopefully good. So until all that stuff comes in the next video, we're going to kind of take a break from engine stuff, and I think we're going to move on to some body work. I think I got some exciting colors and some exciting things coming on. We're going to be doing a lot of Cerakoting, powder coating, engine parts as well, trying to make everything as nice as it can be. But for now, I think that's going to be a wrap on today's video. I appreciate every single one of you sticking around and watching, and if you learned something, that's great. And if you can help me learn something, make sure to leave it in the comments below. And with that being said, I appreciate all of you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya.